So you might ask, Patrick, do you believe that this water is magic? Or has any kind of hidden charged powers? What I can tell you is that as we move into fall, closer to October, I don't mind stating that there's a possibility that water can contain some really wonderful benefits. Now, will I go so far as to call it magic? Well, magic is a word that does have a meaning to a lot of people. And it's used sometimes for very nefarious purposes, such as saying that a medication is magic without mentioning all the evil side effects that those medicines have. So, when I use the word magic, I just mean beneficial and helpful. So maybe magic is not a word that is appropriate for this particular scenario, but I like the word magic. And because I'm utilizing some of my mother's and my grandmother's trickery, and I'll talk a bit about more of that in a moment, the water is from the healing springs. Now there's aloe vera and sea salt mixed in there as well, because they're pretty magic in themselves, excuse me. So the first thing I'm going to do is add in some kale and clay. Because this is a Texas soap, I decided I would make a blue and white soap. I want the background to be white, and then the state of Texas will be blue. So I'm just going to blend in the clay, the kale and clay. Now, why am I using kale and clay? What is the purpose of that? Because it feels really good on the skin. It adds a nice slip. So if you're using it for shaving, it is really great for making the blades slide easily across the surface. But in addition, it does help to, while it doesn't help fragrances necessarily stay longer in soap, it certainly does help to stabilize them so that while they're there, they are at their best. And here I have some oils that smell wonderful. This is menthol, camphor, and a bit of myrrh has been dissolved in there. That's not going to be the lead fragrance, but I'm adding these into the oils for some of their beneficial properties as well. Doesn't take a whole lot for this purpose. They're very heavily infused. And here we have our essential oils, anise and peppermint. That's all. I'm not putting too much into this. I want it very simple. It's all about the main ingredient, which are those healing waters. And I'm not going to try to describe in this video all the beneficial properties in the waters. I'm going to put it on the screen for you. You know, our skin is a protective barrier. It protects us from, well, waterborne problems, such as bacteria and all sorts of nasty organisms that could harm us. Yes, our skin is the most valuable and, of course, the largest organ in the human body. But in addition, and the beneficial minerals and nutrients from the water that I'm using here can absolutely be taken into the body. Now you may say, Patrick, you got that from a natural source that percolates up out of the ground and had plants around it and probably fish and bugs and things like that in it. Well, that's right. And that's why I treated the water. I basically brought it to a mild boil to kill any pathogens that might be in the water. The same as you would do with rainwater or any water, to distill it and to purify it. And now you might wonder, well, doesn't that destroy the beneficial properties? No, the minerals are not killed by the heat of raising the temperature of water. It does not kill the minerals nor the other beneficial ingredients. So one moment, I'm going to give this a couple of twirls with the stick blender before I add in our essential oils. That smells wonderful. If you like licorice, you would love Anna's essential oil. It is just fantastic. I like it, but I know it's not for everyone. Now, I remember this one doesn't pour very well, so I'm actually going to pour it back into this container. One moment here. Oh, that one got, oh, I pulled the corner off that one, so that's a reject for me, which is okay, good. But they smell terrific. I happen to like, now even if you don't like the taste of licorice, I think it smells fantastic. I like the taste. This is anise, of course, it's not licorice, but that is the fragrance that you get. And I think it's just wonderful. So I'm fairly happy with these. They smell wonderful. The smell of that licoricey anise and the peppermint is just perfect. With the menthol and camphor that I also added, it's just a gorgeous blend of uplifting fragrance. And the colors are just what I wanted. I wanted Texas to be blue with a white background, and it came out really nice. So I couldn't be more pleased. But I just wanted to say thank you all for joining me for the making of this healing water soap. And I do believe these waters are pretty awesome. I hope you have a terrific day, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.